I know you as my father and friend. I know you as beginning and end. But let me know you as a mirror. Would you become my mirror?
2 Timothy chapter 1 verse 6 to 7, it says, "Therefore, I remind you to stir up the gift of God which is in you through the laying on of my hands. For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind." Let me tell you, friends, sometimes we underestimate what actually happens to us. When hands come on us, when we experience the laying of hands, Paul tells Timothy, he says, stir up the gift. You know what it means? It means that something was already deposited, but it must now be activated. Because you see, in the kingdom, impartation is not symbolic, it's transformational. You have to understand that the Bible says the gift of God which is in you through the laying on of hands. So there are things you did not have before until hands were laid on you. So something was added, something was transferred, something was activated. So impartations are not emotional activities. They are actually spiritual transmission. You didn't receive encouragement, you received capacity. Something entered you that was not there before. And what is the gift? The word gift means a supernatural faculty, a spiritual endowment, a donation of the Spirit. So this is not something you worked for, it was given. But even though it is a gift, it carries power strong enough to change your life. So what you received was free, but it's not small. Grace is a gift and it carries governmental power. A gift from God is never ordinary, it is destiny altering. And this is why fear becomes a problem, because immediately Paul mentions the gift, he addresses fear. God has not given us the spirit of fear. So fear is the first enemy of impartation, because fear will make you live like nothing happened. Fear is what makes a gifted man live like an empty man. And timidity will cancel what impartation installed in you. So you can carry power and still live small if fear remains in your life. You must learn to appreciate and understand the new configuration of your life. And Paul defines what we have received. He says power, which is ability to function, and love, which is correct alignment of the heart. And he calls it a sound mind, which is accurate estimation. Now you have to see this. This is so powerful. You know what a sound mind means? It's the ability to see yourself correctly, to see your situations correctly, to see possibilities correctly. So after impartation, your self-perception must change, because a sound mind is the ability to agree with God's version of you. You cannot carry power and think small at the same time. So you've got to learn how to reintroduce yourself. And this is where many people miss it. After hands were laid on you, you're no longer the same. But if your mindset remains the same, you live like nothing changed. You must update your identity. You must reintroduce yourself to yourself. Friends, impartation demands a new introduction, because the version of you before the encounter is now outdated. So you don't grow into it, you acknowledge it and walk in it. So friends, stir it up. Paul says stir up the gift. It means it is your responsibility to activate what was given. And how do you stir it up? You stir it up by faith, by confession, by action. And what is not stirred remains dormant. Grace responds to engagement, and you don't wait for power, friends. You activate it. So hands were laid on you and something entered you. You're not the same. You're not ordinary. You're not empty. But if you don't stir it, you will live beneath what you carry. Friends, when hands were laid on you, impartation means you did not just receive a touch. You received capacity. And now it's time to live like it. Have a blessed day, friends.